the 6'4" left-handed hitter in the outfield. This year for the Black Bears, he has slashed for a 250 average, a 359 AVP, and a 355 slugging in 42 games. Obviously, his on-base percentage stands out, being a strong 359, and he has hit 2 home runs, 3 triples, and 4 doubles. Relief pitcher Cameron Junker, another late-round pick, was also named an All-Star. The Pittsburgh Pirates' 10th-round pick out of Notre Dame is closing games for West Virginia. He has been dominant so far in that role, pitching to a 1.74 ERA in 20 2/3 innings. He also has 4 saves and 5 opportunities to go along with 34 strikeouts. The last 2019 draft pick to be selected to the All-Star roster is second-round pick Jared Triolo. The Bucs took the third baseman out of the University of Houston. He has posted a solid slash line of a 269 average, a 344 OBP, and a 430 slugging with 21 walks compared to 30 strikeouts. Furthermore, he has hit 16 doubles, 2 home runs, and 3 triples, which is good for 21 extra base hits in just 44 games. The last All-Star right-handed pitcher, Jesus Velez, who was signed by the Pittsburgh Pirates out of Venezuela, the now 21-year-old, has been mainly used as a starter, making 10 starts, but also has 1 relief appearance. In 54 innings of work, he has a 3.33 ERA with 29 strikeouts. So yes, while the Pirates team might be struggling right now, we're going to be paying attention, obviously, and we do either way, but more so with the way the Major League Club has been playing to what's going on in the minors. And to see these 4 All-Stars is a very encouraging thing in the New York Penn League. And to see 3 of the guys being 2019 draftees is also another good thing. But the real item that I want to point out here is that, the elite guys, so to say, the upper echelon, day 1 and day 2 draft picks, more so day 1. Like, we have 2 day 2 draft picks going to the New York Penn All-Star game, and one guy, a 10th round draft pick, in Cameron Junker. And I just want to say this. So, day 1 guys are obviously, and Jared Triolo is a day 1 guy who is going to the All-Star game as well. And that's great. Your day 1s should be going to the All-Star game. But it's even more so encouraging to see day 2 guys going, and Blake Sable and Cameron Junker. That is what is encouraging. An interesting tidbit, I don't know if you remember, we're covering this back when the draft was going on with Blake Sable. He is cousins with Troy Polamalu, which is also really cool as well, with both of them going to the University of Southern California. Cameron Junker too. And the real item that I want to get to, and talking about these day 2s making this All-Star game, is that every single round of the draft matters. Like, there can be diamonds in the rough in the 10th round, in the 7th round, and even further into the draft into day 3. Now, the goal is we're going to try to get one of these 3 guys on the show with you. If you remember back post-draft, we had a couple of guys, Aaron Shackelford, Josh Bissonette came on the show. But we're going to try to get Blake Sable, Cameron Junker, and Jared Triolo on here at some point down the stretch here. Maybe in the offseason, to just talk about, their experience, how the draft was like coming in to play for the West Virginia Black Bears. And that team is an exciting team to go watch if you have the opportunity. It's not a far drive at all from Pittsburgh. It is where, the college draftees have gone. And that's where the Pirates have sent their college draftees, and a lot of them have found themselves some success there. And I do want to take a look at Jesus Velez, the pitcher out of Venezuela. I also do apologize for any background noise here. I am out of town right now, so if there is any background noise, I do apologize for that. But getting back into Jesus Velez, do not mistake him for Jesus Valdez, who we discussed a little bit earlier in the show. But Velez, the 21-year-old guy out of Venezuela, he has been very successful as a starter. 54 innings of work, a 3.33 ERA, 29 strikeouts. It would be nice to see that strikeout number get a little bit higher as he progresses through the system, but also encouraging stuff from him. So these 4 guys, they are names to remember. Blake Sable, Cameron Junker, Jared Triolo, and Jesus Velez. I would definitely say Triolo is the name out of all those names, like, really keep an eye on. And again, the rich get richer in terms of infield depth that the Pirates have. Jared Trillo is just going to add to the elite depth the Pirates organization has. And again, these are the guys that are at the lower minor level, and we lack that in between right now. But if we continue to have good drafts, and I would classify the 2019 draft class as a good one. And the three early guys that you can, and I would really say four, because Quinn Priester has pitched very, very well for the GCL Pirates so far. But the four guys that you can really take stock in, Quinn Priester, Jared Trillo, Blake Sable, and Cameron Junker. And if, 4 out of the 40 guys can pan out, or however many they selected, you can, hang your hat on that, be happy with that. So we'll see, where Junker and Sable end up in the prospect rankings moving forward. Triolo hasn't cracked into that top 30, I don't believe yet, but I would expect him to crack into the top 30 eventually as he progresses through the system as well. But again, these are guys, and these are names to keep an eye on, because as a small market baseball team, these teams are built through the draft. And whether that be when they are contending and they are trading these guys off to get quality pieces to add and bolster the team at the deadline, or whether these are guys that are actually going to make it to Pittsburgh and be impact pieces there. This is how small market teams win. And it's about paying attention to all levels, and that's what I strive to do. Because it's one thing to just talk about the Major League Baseball team and see what's going on there, but if you really want to have a well-rounded, opinion on the Pirates and the organization as a whole, not just the Major League team, it is then that you have to take a look at the minor leagues and the 2019 draft class. Now, this is, I would say it is my second full draft class covering this Pittsburgh Pirates team. And also, I did want to point out, this is episode number 52, so it is our year anniversary show. So, it's been a year with you guys here on Bucket Booth. This is my second season now on the Bucks Dugout account. So, we're starting to progress there as well. And it's like some exciting stuff. So we will always work to keep you informed on the draft picks and what's going to be going on there. And it's looking like next year the Pirates could potentially, depending on how they do down the stretch, they could have a top 5 pick. They would have to fall below the Marlins and the Mariners, but that could be a possibility, and we could be staying with the top 5 pick. Either way, it's going to most likely be if I had to guess, it would be 7 or 8, depending on where we finish versus like the White Sox, but it's going to be a top-tier pick. So some of the bigger names in the draft we'll be able to cover all those and give you all the information leading up to the 2020 draft. That'll be in June, so that's still a ways away. But again, I just wanted to shed light on these 4 All-Stars at Morgantown. And I know we're getting a little bit later. If you saw the little ad on Instagram that was posted, again, I am not running the account right now, so I don't really have access to that. But, the big topic I did want to get into this morning when I was planning to do the show at 9 was, start the show, open the show with Sable, Junker, Triolo, Vallis. That's what I wanted to open the show with today. Things changed. I wanted to, throw in Brault in there, throw in the walk-off, throw in David Freese. So, things got in the way, but I'm glad we got to talk about that. And I know I've said this a couple times now, but do not forget the names of Cameron Junker, Blake Sable, Jared Triolo, and Jesus Vallis, all going to the New York Penn League All-Star Game. I'm not sure when that is, but I will keep you all posted on that. Infielder Eric Gonzalez has become the latest below-average utility man that Pittsburgh Pirates manager Clint Hurdle has fallen in love with. During the offseason, the Pittsburgh Pirates acquired utility infielder Eric Gonzalez from the Cleveland Indians. When he was acquired, general manager Neil Huntington said that Gonzalez would have an opportunity to ear the team's starting shortstop role, which is exactly what would happen. During spring training, Gonzalez was named the team's starting shortstop. This came after Huntington said his scouts were pounding the table for the Pirates to acquire Gonzalez in the offseason. Well, these scouts may want to find a new line of work. And what should be a surprise to absolutely no one, Gonzalez has been awful this season. Due to a broken collarbone costing him over 3 months of the season, he has just 77 plate appearances, and he is slashing for a 194 average, a 270 OBP, and a 254 slugging in these 77 plate appearances. His WRC plus is a woeful 30, and he is striking out 30% of his at-bats. While, yes, this is a small sample size, it continues his career norms of being a poor hitter. In 185 career games, Gonzalez now has a 249 average, 287 OBP, and a 362 slugging, with a 67 WRC plus and a 27.8% strikeout rate. Gonzalez has never been a good hitter in the minor leagues either, owning a lifetime 100 WRC plus in the minor leagues. This includes a 192 average, 222 OBP, 294 slugging, and a 24 WRC plus in 20 games with AAA Indianapolis during a rehab assignment this season. Gonzalez was on the injury list due to breaking his collarbone on a collision with Starling Marte in center field in late April. This collision came when Gonzalez made one of his plethora of defensive miscues this season. While he's on the IL, Kevin Newman emerged as the team's starting shortstop. Cole Tucker also flashed promising signs during his time with the Pirates. These two players should be manning the middle infield for the Pirates right now, not Gonzalez. As for third base, where Gonzalez has also made starts, if Colin Moran is not in the field, then it needs to be Jose Osuna. Again, not Gonzalez. Since returning from the injury list, IL, Gonzalez has 18 plate appearances. This is 18 plate appearances too many. While with the team sitting 20 games under 500, the Pirates need to be focusing on players who could be part of the equation in 2020 and beyond. Gonzalez has proven that he is not part of the equation in 2020 and beyond. And if he is a part of the equation, then that likely means that the Pirates are a bad team. It does. So if Gonzalez is a part of the equation, we're a bad baseball team. More than likely we're a bad team, right? But if we are planning on being a winning team, in which I think this team can run it back, and I know this is being, bold and, a little bit presumptuous, but I'd say this team has a chance of winning it all in 2020 with the talent that they have. Eric Gonzalez is not a part of that equation of that next good baseball team that the Pirates run out there. He's not. And yes, he's only had 18 plate appearances since returning from the IL, but again, that is 18 too many. He has taken away plate appearances from Cole Tucker. He's taken away plate appearances from Jose Osuna, albeit being suspended right now. He does not deserve any starts for this team right now. And that's really what frustrated me today when Eric Gonzalez got the start over Cole Tucker. Cole Tucker is only going to be here until Thursday, and he is here because of the suspension to Jose Osuna. Once Osuna comes back, it's going to be undoubtedly Cole Tucker being sent down, but really it should be Eric Gonzalez. There's no reason why he is here. He has been absolutely awful at the plate, and for some reason the scouts that Huntington was boasting about were pounding the table for Eric Gonzalez. And if you're pounding the table for Eric Gonzalez, I know this may be a bit harsh, but maybe you should be finding a new line of work. Eric Gonzalez is not a guy that you should be pounding the table for. Yes, he has shown good spurts with his glove at times, but he is a poor hitter. He is a poor Major League Baseball player. That is Eric Gonzalez. That is his track record, and that is what he has shown. Believe what guys show you. It's not that difficult. And this is just another prime example of a mediocre super utility guy that Clint Hurdle has fallen in love with, a la guys like Adam Frazier in the past, and who he still loves. So, again, I have much more of a gripe of Eric Gonzalez getting starts than Adam Frazier, although I do believe that the middle infield duo the rest of the season should be Kevin Newman and Cole Tucker, and Colin Moran should be starting at third, and if it's not Moran, it needs to be Osuna. These are the guys that need to be playing, and really, it all boils down to the fact that we're 20 games under 500. There is no reason to be putting Eric Gonzalez in baseball games, or really anybody in baseball games that are not going to be a part of the equation in 2020 and beyond. And especially if you're putting poor baseball players in there, because if the poor players that are on this team right now are a part of the equation in 2020 and beyond, then it's more likely than not the Pirates are a bad baseball team. It's the reality. And it's part of the reason why the management surrounding this team needs to go as well, because this management doesn't realize that. And it makes you wonder, is Clint Hurdle managing for his job rather than managing for the future? It makes you wonder. But also, in the past, Clint Hurdle has done this as well. It is just a Pirates thing to do and a not good thing for the Pirates organization to do. It just isn't. And we